It was a summer night in June 2025 when the skies over Israel erupted with light. From deep within Iran's heartland, launch sites near Tehran, and fortified missile bases, dozens of missiles shrieked skyward. Their target, Israel's military installations, command centers, and the bustling urban sprawls of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. The opening salvo was Iran's answer to crippling Israeli airstrikes on its own nuclear and military compounds only days before. This night, warfare in the Middle East took on a new and grim technological character. Within 90 seconds, the first drones and ballistic missiles had cleared the Iranian plateau, arching westward over Iraq and Jordan at frightening speeds. The numbers were staggering. More than 100 ballistic missiles, many of them hypersonic variants, never before seen in such numbers, alongside over 100 Shahab drones, all launched in rapid sequence. Iranian strategists didn't just seek to overwhelm Israel's missile defenses, they sought to complicate, saturate, and confuse them. As the alert status went critical in Israel, the Iron Dome and Arrow interceptors came online. The first drones appeared low and slow, buzzing over Jordanian, then Saudi airspace. Dozens were picked off by joint American, Saudi, and Jordanian air defense systems, but the real threat raced beneath them. Hypersonic missiles traveling at over 6,000 kilometers per hour, closing in on Israel with the chilling promise that if even a handful broke through, blocks of Tel Aviv or key air bases could vanish in moments. Interception began almost immediately. Israeli radars tracked the projectiles' erratic, jumpy flight paths, ballistic missiles arcing out to the atmosphere's edge, their warheads separating and diving toward targets, drones spreading wide, low and slow, testing the outer layers of the defensive net, and cruise missiles threading in at 5 times the speed of the unmanned aircraft. The strategy was clear. Saturate defenses, complicate target identification, and force a split-second, all-fronts response. The Israeli Air Defense Command worked in tight coordination with U.S. assets. In the eastern Mediterranean, the USS Thomas Hutner, a Navy destroyer equipped with Aegis missile defense, acquired Iranian missile tracks and launched a wall of interceptors, knocking down several ballistic threats before they even reached Israeli airspace. Patrols of American fighter jets circled above, ready to defend U.S. personnel and provide last resort interdiction. Despite everything, not all threats could be stopped. For every 10 missiles, about 9 were intercepted in the upper atmosphere by Arrow 3 or shot down by David's Sling. But by pure odds, the small percentage that slipped through caused immense destruction. At a military airbase near Beersheba, a hypersonic glide vehicle, a warhead capable of changing direction repeatedly as it re-entered the atmosphere, evaded Arrow's best attempts. The interceptor, confused by the hypersonic missile's zigzagging descent, missed by a fatal margin. The warhead struck the edge of an F-35 hangar, engulfing one of Israel's most advanced jets in fire. So, how did Iran's attack differ this time? And why did even Israel's sophisticated defenses face new challenges? The answer lies in the tactics and technology behind the June 2025 barrage. Unlike previous attacks, the June strikes unfolded in dense, complicated waves. Drone swarms were sent first, moving at roughly 185 kilometers per hour, fast for UAVs, but comparatively slow. Cruise missiles, traveling at 800 kilometers per hour, followed mere minutes later, and finally, ballistic and hypersonic missiles surged in at astonishing speeds of over 6,000 kilometers per hour. The intent? To stagger arrival times so all systems, despite their different speeds, would converge on targets almost simultaneously, exploiting split-second gaps in the defense network. The crown jewel of Iran's missile fleet was the Shahab 3, a liquid-fueled, medium-range ballistic missile able to deliver a warhead of over 1,000 kilograms. Its design gave it ample range, with a destructive capacity able to obliterate hardened bunkers or vaporize entire city blocks. Upon launch, the missile arced out above the atmosphere, separated its warhead, and sent it screaming down toward its target. Some variants were equipped with maneuverable glide vehicles, hypersonic warheads that could veer and bob in flight, outmaneuvering Arrow interceptors in their final seconds. Israel's missile defense was formidable, but not infallible. 3 interlocking layers: Arrow for long range, David's Sling for mid-range, and Iron Dome for short range, fired in sequence. But hypersonic missiles proved challenging. Their unpredictable flight paths and split-second maneuvers created split-second decision windows. Arrow 3's kill vehicle, capable of adjusting its trajectory with thrust vectoring nozzles, could only compensate for so much. If the missile's seeker based its path off even slightly outdated radar information, the hypersonic glide vehicle could slip away in its final moments, as detection and interception data struggled to keep pace. The costs were staggering. Iran's barrage, firing more than $200 million worth of missiles and drones, forced Israel's defenders to expend $1 billion worth of Arrow, David's Sling, and Iron Dome interceptors. The Arrow alone cost $2.5 million per shot, David's Sling $1 million, while each Iron Dome interceptor ranged up to $100,000. Iranian drones and missiles, by contrast, cost a fraction, sometimes only tens of thousands of dollars. In the aftermath, images of burning hangars and collapsed city blocks flickered across the world's news outlets. While most of the attack was foiled, the few projectiles that penetrated changed the region's calculus, proving that even the most advanced defense system faced new, evolving threats from rapid weapons innovation. The 2025 attack was both a technological warning and a chilling demonstration of how quickly the face of modern warfare can change, one missile at a time.